Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. It is Tuesday, June the 8th, 2021. This is episode number 224 of your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. This week, we're going to talk a lot about business owners, solopreneurs being focused on their task of what they themselves can only do. We're going to talk today about the lion syndrome, which is having too many tasks, not staying focused, and being a slave to your work. When I was a kid, and I even took my kids when I was a parent, I used to go to the circus. I would go see Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. Here in the Dallas area, they are no more. They may be no more all the way around. But one of my favorite acts was watching the lions. It was really cool to see these lion tamers. And they would have 3 rings, and this lion tamer would go into an arena with lions with nothing more than a chair, right? And sometimes they'd come in with a chair and a whip, but mainly the chair. And what I have since learned was they could take the legs of the chair and point them at the lion and rotate it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you know cats, smaller cats, you know that they love light pins, right? Well, when they saw those 4 legs of the chair rotated, they couldn't focus on any of those legs, and they would get a little dizzy, and consequently, they would just submit to pretty much anything because they had too many things to focus on such that they couldn't maintain focus. I tell you this story because this happens to us as business owners. If you're like me running a web design business, I deal with the telephone, customers, production, sales, invoicing, taxes, appointments, talking with employees, hiring, firing, just so many things coming at me that I can spend almost an entire day on the phone or an entire day in production, and I have too many task priorities because I'm involved in my business and not working on my business, right? So business tip number 1, business owners, you cannot have too many tasks. We're going to talk in future episodes about how you're going to narrow that down, but you need to narrow it down. I'll give you a preview to at least 3. Number 2, you can't have too many tasks to focus on. You need to focus on one thing at a time. We've talked about it before, the one thing. You should do one thing at a time, and you business owners really only need to focus on 3 things. Because if you don't, business tip number 3, you're going to be slave to the schedule, to the urgency, to the emergencies. And that's not how you run a business. You can't run a business going from one emergency to the other. You may think as a business owner that that's the right way. I'm just going to dive in on these things that are burning up, or we need a little help over here, we need a little help over here, or today, because this is blowing up, I'm going to focus on sales. Oh, we're behind on invoicing, I'm going to focus on invoicing. Trust me, I have run businesses like that. I have gotten caught up in the day-to-day emergencies that I'm not able to focus on what it is that I need to do. So, the lion syndrome is dealing with too many tasks, not staying focused, and becoming a slave to that work of emergencies. Anything I'm learning, I always throw the fence to you because I want you to be awesome and go back to sleep.